talk about how do we know if a patient's ET tube cuff has been blown. A while back, I went through all the different components of an ET tube, but we talked about the cuff, and the cuff is what's inflated in the patient's airway to kind of hold that breathing tube in place. Sometimes this little balloon here can get deflated or pop, and so I want to talk about some things to kind of troubleshoot and some ways to know if your patient has a blown cuff. First and foremost, in order to blow this cuff up, this is a pilot balloon here. It has a one-way valve, and there's actually going to be air that is pushed through this pilot balloon that goes through here and inflates that cuff. So if there is any sort of damage to this little string here, to the pilot balloon, to the valve, or to the actual cuff itself, if there's any sort of tear or hole, you're going to notice pretty quickly. These are some of the things that you're going to notice, but the biggest thing that you'll hear is like this gurgling air sound around the cuff. Now, this doesn't always mean that your cuff has blown. It could just mean that it just needs a little more air added to it. So that's usually your first troubleshooting thing, is if you feel like the cuff doesn't have enough air and you hear this gurgly wet sound, add a little bit of air. But if that does not solve your problem and you're still hearing that air sound, then you probably have a leaky cuff. So besides hearing that air sound, sometimes patients can become unstable respiratory wise. Maybe their oxygen drops or they get tachypnic. Basically, they're going to seem like they're in respiratory distress, even though they have this breathing tube. You're going to be like, well, what's going on here? Not all patients will have respiratory distress with a blown cuff, but a lot of them do. On the ventilator, you may notice that your patient starts to get decreased tidal volumes. This can be significant in some patients where your ventilator is actually alarming, and sometimes it's just like a subtle difference. The other thing I like to check is to make sure that my ET tube didn't get dislodged or pulled. Sometimes you can hear air movement and think, oh, this is a leaky cuff, but really it's just that the ET tube has gotten dislodged and pulled up, and so now you're hearing that air kind of in their upper throat here. Always double check, where was my ET tube supposed to be at? Like, let's say 25 at the teeth. Okay, great. Now you're at 19 at the teeth. That's a problem. So what do we do? Let's say you put air in the pilot balloon, you've called respiratory in there, you're doing your troubleshooting, your patient's in distress, and you're like, what is going on? What do I do? If your patient's in distress and the ET tube clearly is either dislodged or there is a blown cuff, you're going to pull that tube out and you're just going to manually bag the patient until they can get reintubated. It is a stressful time, I'm not going to lie, because usually these things happen suddenly and you need to just know what to do. So if your patient is in severe distress, call your RT, call your provider, manually bag the patient if truly this ET tube is no longer working. Okay, that's a lot of information. Let me know if you have any more questions.